Welcome to Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast, where we bring you news, notes, and more to help you win your championship fantasy football league. Stay tuned and listen in for the great information we have for you today. Welcome to another episode of Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast. I'm Jared.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Scott.
And we're bringing you a Week 1 review of all the games, all the things that happened, the sad news. We'll recap all that right here.
Some heartbreaking things.
Heartbreaking things.
Man. Number 1 overall pick, losing for the season type of thing.
Yes.
Week 1. Oh,
Right.
man.
Not what you're.
But then interesting that people just going off. It's
Yes,
pretty awesome.
interesting people going off. And we'll start with the early game. We'll start with the Thursday game.
Oh, yes. Oh, man.
I'm sorry for all those being late, guys. We're getting to it now because I was on vacation, so I'm back though, and we're ready to go.
Back and ready.
Hey, everybody needs
yeah.
vacation.
Word.
Oh, yes.
So we'll start with the KC Patriots game.
That was.
Speaking of him random people going off, Alex Smith. Is this going to continue though? Is the question.
Versus a pretty good secondary though in the Patriots. He did pretty well, but I feel like it was more along the lines of Kareem Hunt going off. And if Kareem Hunt can balance that out, and if he still feels that pressure from Patrick Mahomes, he can do this at least.
Think about it. They let him sling it now because they know Mahomes is going to probably be the guy in the future.
Yep.
So they just let him go loose. And Al Smith has acknowledged it, and he's relaxed about it. He already knows what the situation is. He doesn't care.
Right.
He's just there to show him how to play good quarterback football and try to be a good example for Mahomes. So now they're letting the reins go.
Mm-hmm.
And Al Smith is now showing that he can be a more than just a chuck and dunk, dink and dunk quarterback. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Well, they're here in Arizona.
Sling.
Here in Arizona, they were talking on the radio about how maybe, possibly next year, if Carson Palmer decides to retire, that they were probably thinking of possibly looking into Alex Smith. So if he loses his job in Kansas City,
people will always be looking for Alex Smith as someone to be a veteran presence or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's not out a opportunity, just maybe out a starting opportunity, depending.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But
So that him going off was crazy. I mean, what do you throw for 368 yards?
yes,
He
Yes.
had 4 touchdowns, bro. Like what?
4 touchdowns.
What?
He went off.
Two
I
of
mean-
which to Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. Ooh, he
Who also
did
looked
some
crazy.
game.
148 rushing yards, 98 receiving yards, 3 total touchdowns.
2 receiving, 1 rushing touchdown.
Dude,
Like, what did he do? What?
After the first fumble.
Yeah, he fumbled on his first carry.
Yeah.
First carry and then comes out like a
But
baller.
that means there's nothing else to lose from there.
True?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, no, I have to step up my game right now.
Right.
Well, it was the ultimate opportunity. He realized it. People who picked him, if you picked him late, you drafted early, you got him in like the 10th round, fantastic. If you drafted later, you had to get him in like the 3rd or 4th round, still fantastic.
Just don't put him on your bench.
Yeah. And luckily, he still got a whopping victory in that,
He did.
that
He did.
game. That
It
game.
would have been even more so, but
It would have been that would have been like a 60, 70 point win.
no,
That
that's
would've been
good. And then
crazy.
Tyreek Hill came out and did his thing. People weren't
Did his
expecting him.
I
They
did.
would. He's the number one.
I was one of the people who didn't think he would come out and go strong, but
Number one, 133 receiving yards.
it's just how he ended the year last year, not the greatest. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, with Jeremy Maclin not being there, you'd
That's
think he'd be the number one.
But he
Yeah,
carried on from the
exactly.
preseason and he did
True.
well.
J-Mac.
And he's still as fast as he could ever be. So,
There's no.
and then with the Patriots side though, that sucks Amendola.
Amendola.
He stepped up big at 6 for like 100 yards.
And I said it on one of the podcasts, man. That's exactly what Tom Brady said.
Yeah.
The first name out of his mouth, Danny Amendola. And who does he like? Pepper. Who does he
Yeah.
love on that squad?
Yeah.
Danny Amendola. Brandon Cooks didn't get any love.
It just sucks that he's going to be
He's got a concussion. I
injury
think.
prone all the time, no matter what.
Just
Head,
a little
legs,
man.
it's arms, it's everything on his body. He's always getting hurt every single season. So you got good production on him for week 1, but just think of how much more could have been if he didn't go out when he did.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He could have done
Chris
so much
Hogan.
more.
Chris
than
Hogan's gonna take that.
Chris
spot
Hogan's
now.
got to be the guy now.
That or
Malcolm
Mitchell
but
or Brennan Cooks, but
Brandon Cooks,
just don't know. what those
Gronkowski.
two- right?
Time for him to step up.
Somebody got him on his tight end.
that. In one league.
2 leagues.
Gronk?
Wait, you got Gronk in both?
You got Gronk in 2 leagues?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got Jimmy. in
I got
2
Gronk in the
leagues.
standard league, and I got Gronk in one of the PPRs. Just to check, I got Gronk and Jimmy in that league.
Jimmy in 2 leagues,
Yeah.
both PPR, but he did not.
I basically just invested in Gronk and Jimmy, so if they let me down, I'm in trouble.
Sure.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Ha, it's all good. We need a little tune
I was
sometimes.
just thinking about dancing right now, making a random dance, but then I was like, nah, we got valuable information for y'all.
So then, what do you think about Philip Dorsett going over there
Philip Dorsett.
from Indianapolis?
I feel like it's more of like a
Fill the roster
Phil roster type of thing, because he's been a bust, man.
so
He's
far.
not been good.
He
And
didn't even play, did he?
he played. He just didn't get much because he was only there for a week. Same with Cassius
Right.
Marsh on their defense, who messed up. How do you? Okay, one thing I want to say, non-fantasy wise, is how do you run into a kicker or run into the punter 2 times on consecutive plays and not get a first down? Like they need to do something about that. That rule is ridiculous.
Oh, running into the kicker.
Running into the punter or kicker, even if it's like
Yeah.
4th and 12, like still
Yeah,
don't get
no.
a first down.
Yeah, no.
2 of them in a row. I feel like if you get a second
love.
one, that one should be a 15. That should be a penalty, personal foul.
Right.
Because you're rushing into the kicker twice. Like
Right.
first time I understand, albeit. But anyway. Oh man, this Gronk getting shut down.
That was crazy. Ruined my day, but it's week 1, so
It was
we'll
Eric
figure it out.
Berry though. Eric Berry
Yeah.
was manhandling him, and then
Did you win
look, he's
any
out
of
for
your
the
leagues?
year now.
Did you win any of your leagues?
Let's go on to the next game.
I can't talk, dude. I won 1 of 3.
Oh, okay.
But go to the next game.
Let's go to the
The boring one.
Jets versus Bills.
That one.
Hey, LaShawn McCoy lived up to what he was supposed to, though.
Oh, he did. He looked
True
pretty
He
story.
nice.
looked absolutely phenomenal.
True story.
Explosive as can be.
That's why they got rid of their backup. They're like, nah, we trust in his
Yeah.
health
And his health is good.
and his talent is ridiculous.
He can play in anywhere. He's lining up as a receiver, too. They did all of it. So, 110 receiving yard, or rushing yards, excuse me. That was fantastic.
Oh no, yeah.
But, on the downside, Zay Jones and Jordan Matthews.
Oof. They looked mediocre
Mm,
at best. Charles Clay though looked pretty good.
he did.
I'm
He
like,
got
where have you been?
4
your
for
entire
53
career?
touchdown. So, I mean, he had one good, decent season in Miami.
He did. But
So,
never lived up to it.
no, but now being that he's been in the system so long and everything like that, and he's got rapport with Tyrod Taylor, they're going to be looking for him. So safety blanket. Charles Clay's athletic. He's very athletic.
But he has a shoulder injury right now. He's limited,
Limited. So he's not
so
out.
he's questionable. So keep that in
Everybody's
mind.
questionable
True story.
though.
True story.
Yeah.
Hey,
gosh.
other good news. Aaron Donald returned to practice today, and they
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news.
Oh, well, it was today.
Yep, it just posted right now. He looks fast and fresh in his return to practice.
Interesting.
I like the sound of that, man. I'm so glad I just skipped
Rams
up their
defense
defense.
they did well without him. Now they stepped up.
Go! I did drop the New England Patriots defense for them. No, I dropped New England Patriots defense for Baltimore, and I dropped the Giants defense for
Interesting.
their.
So on the Jets side of this game,
But yeah. Oh yeah, the Jets. Nobody at all.
Did you know?
move on.
Did you know that not just the butt fumble, but they tackle their own players?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
We need to just move on from them.
You're like, what is up with that? I feel like a high school team could beat them, dude.
They're awful.
Okay,
There's
let's just
nothing
skip
there.
that. I'm
Move
sorry,
on.
guys.
Move
We
on.
don't
Sorry,
know
Jets.
fantasy
Move on.
like
Move
love
on,
in
Jets.
that game.
No,
for me.
if you have any Jets players, Powell, Forte, Robbie Anderson, drop it.
True. Just drop them like a bad habit.
Just drop them all. Because
Oh,
this.
man. We don't cuss much, but just.
We'll see. Maybe I'll leave it up. Maybe I'll leave it. We'll see how I feel.
First cuss word I've ever done on this show, guys. I'm sorry.
Hey, it was so bad. I had to
It's-
say it.
No, it's a true story, man. True story.
Yep. Trying to
And-
move on.
It was
That
atrocious.
disaster. It was awful to watch. So something that was also I can't say awful to watch. This was pretty.
This
an average
was
game.
this was actually an eye opener
Oh, the Bears and Falcons.
Yeah. because
It was awful to watch Jordan Howard.
It was.
If he was your first round pick
Oh, yeah. Fumbling, dropping a surefire touchdown
to win the game,
to win the game.
I missed that game.
Having the next rookie come in and outplay you by a long shot.
Tariq Cohen.
Oh, dude.
If you haven't already picked him up, I know we've
Waiver
gone through,
Wire.
but if he's still out there, pick him up a stash, especially if you're a Jordan Howard owner.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, my
Stash him.
gosh. PPRs, pick
Sticks.
him up and start him if you don't
Yeah.
have elite
There
running
was
backs.
like four
He's
people.
fast.
4 people in our league. when
Human
that-
joystick.
Yeah.
He is the human joystick. It was
Yeah.
fantastic. That loop around running over Giovanni Bernard 2 years ago when he did that. But Giovanni Bernard, also housed it. So there we go. Yeah.
And Mike Lennon didn't do terrible.
Wasn't terrible. Wasn't great.
Right.
Was
Because
not great.
I've always been giving him crap during the preseason that this ain't.
But he definitely didn't lose in the
But-
game. The receivers lost in the game.
Exactly.
His
Because the
running back.
no-gamers are out there.
Mm-hmm.
And they lost Kevin
Kevin
White,
White,
again
Yep.
for the third season in a row in the first game.
Yep.
Kevin White just needs to retire. He's done. It's RIP to your career, brother. I
Yeah.
am so sorry, but you have some freaking sticks for bones.
Yeah.
Seriously though.
Like, drink your milk, bro. Did you not eat Wheaties as a kid? Did you not have oatmeal?
What's crazy is this exact situation happened last year, though, to Matt Barkley when he was the quarterback, and Josh Bellamy dropped the ball, and then who was it? The other? Trying to think, there was 2 other people that dropped the ball in the end zone to win the game last year. I can't remember who it was. And I was like, this
No.
just reminds me of right where they left off last year.
Yeah.
Chicago's trash. Atlanta, on the other hand,
They could have been better.
could have been
They
better.
could
They
have
could've
been
been
way
better.
better.
Yep.
They're supposed to have one of those top defenses right now too. They kept their core
Yeah, and Chicago still moved around on him,
Yeah.
so
with the
That
Decemers.
that was interesting. I picked him up as a sleeper in the draft. I got him in the last round. Sleepers what?
Yeah.
They're still asleep,
Yeah.
apparently. Like, they haven't woken up yet.
Yeah,
so
still hurt from last year.
yeah, that defense did not do much.
No.
Matt Rice for 321 yards and what was it?
321.
And then one touchdown.
One touchdown.
Yeah.
And that was that like 80-yard lucky play to
Yeah.
Austin Hooper. I mean, it wasn't lucky, but he almost got sacked. He evaded it. It looked nice doing that, but then Hooper did.
Hooper looks good if they can get the volume and keep it at like a 4 reception, 5 reception minimum, and then I would put a little more faith in Hooper. But
Right.
They only gave him 2 times. They threw to him twice.
right,
Could have gave him more.
but still on both of them,
Dude,
they're good.
Dirty. He looks good. Like, why don't they give him a chance?
They need to draw up plays for him. Once they draw up plays for him, specifically like the Gronkowski, Jimmy Graham type of, or Kelsey even, that type of scheme, then you can start putting him as a tight end 1 probably.
But I feel like
6'3", 254.
Yeah.
Like, he's a big dude.
I feel like Matt Ryan doesn't use his tight ends very well. He doesn't like him as much. He
no,
likes
he
the
doesn't
Julio.
use him as much, but
Man,
Right.
if Tony Gonzalez was there with him, he still wouldn't use him.
Well, probably, dude. Probably if you
He
think about
focuses too much on Julio, and Julio's gonna get like
double team
all the time.
Yeah.
Because he always does.
That's why Sanu should be a little up there, but he's not getting the touches, you know?
Exactly.
Because he'd be a good second wide receiver, but I mean, he
moving down.
Mm.
We got the Bengals And the Baltimore Ravens.
Shut up, baby. Still shutting out points. The first team defense still shutting out points right now.
What was that about going 3-13? That you said about your own team?
Shoot, it looks like they're way without Joe Flacco.
True.
Ryan Mauser, they had 3-13.
True.
That defense can't be on the field. It's like the same. It would be the same as the Vikings, where you don't have good offense to play. Your defense got to be out there all the
5-0
time.
and then 3-8.
Exactly. But Joe Flacco, sad to say, makes a difference between him and Mallet anyway. Mallet is terrible.
Oh, he's like Scott Solzen.
Oh,
We'll get to that one.
yeah, we will.
Hope Jacoby Brissett plays.
But now whoever drafted Danny Woodhead, which I never draft Danny Woodhead because he's always hurt. And guess what?
got hurt.
Another 6 to 8 weeks.
Was it a non-contact injury too?
Yeah,
think it
I
was.
believe that's a
Hammy.
reception, yeah.
Yeah. That's why you don't risk a hamstring injury because it could feel healthy. The minute you go out there and aggravate it again, it's an even worse pull or tear. Like
Which is
soft
scary,
tissue
yeah.
injuries are not things to be played with.
Right.
Don't go out there thinking, "Oh, I got this. This is easy. I'm healthy now." Boom. Oh God, no. That's why you don't play them.
I don't trust any of them. But
Unless you're Odell and you got a high ankle sprain and
Man.
you play him.
then you got, Buck Allen and Terrence West. That's going to be an interesting backfield.
Buck
Yes.
Allen.
Terrence West had 20 for 80, so 20 times 80
He
yards.
did not look like that last year.
Yeah. Still needs a little more improvement on that, but
Yeah.
that has to come with the offensive line, too. They did enough to get by.
All right.
Jerry Macklin looked good, so
Yes.
took that 48-yarder to the house. So good job on Jeremy Macklin.
Jeremy Macklin did look good.
Yeah.
I was happy to
Does
see
he look
that.
Does he look good in purple?
He
Yeah, he does, dude. I was like, who is that? That guy looks fresh. And I was like, that's J-Mac!
Jerry Macklin is
Oh!
good. I've never had a problem with Jerry Macklin ever.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody only had a problem with him in Kansas City because Alex Smith was his limiter. But Joe Flacco will throw it, so it's fine.
All right.
Also, one thing, don't lose hope on A.J. Green because his quarterback isn't good.
Thank you.
Just
Their offensive line needs help.
It does, but then they also had one of the best defensive lines attacking them.
Yeah.
That's like saying freaking, I don't know what that's like saying, but it was ridiculous because they got,
Terrell Suggs is always showing up, huh?
oh
Should
no,
show up this week anyway.
I just got an update, you guys. Amari Cooper's hurt. I'm gonna be so mad, guys, if I lose David Johnson and Amari Cooper. I'm gonna be so mad.
Wait,
Let's see what this
He's
no.
not hurt any big injury.
It says they changed the status to questionable.
They have if
I
they
know. It's just
if
such a.
anything now, because if he has a sore back that's like, say, I have a small tweak or something, or he stubs his toe, then they have to put it as questionable. It's just like that now. But on Baltimore side is great. They're going to be all right, better than 3-13.
Oh yeah, way better. I
Hopefully.
think they'll go 8-8
His
minimum.
knee.
Yeah, 8-8. And then Cincinnati, though, don't give up hope on any of them. There's still talent there. There's plenty of talent there.
I got AJ.
Good defense. Andy Dalton's played better than this, and he will play better than this. So, just relax for a second. The Aaron Rodgers, RELAX, relax. Spell it out for him. So,
yeah. I'm just having anxiety, man. I lost David Johnson for the year.
you know what? It doesn't matter because at least you won. Your players performed. I lost you because of Pittsburgh Steelers offense and Le'Veon Bell and Martavis Bryant.
Yeah, Martavis Bryant was nothing.
He looked awful. He was rusty.
Oh.
He's fast.
I have him in
Rusty.
I have him in one of my leagues too. And
He'll be fine though.
huh.
He'll be fine. Antonio Brown though, just a regular day in the neighborhood.
Every day.
Just whatever. Just waltzing around the field.
Antonio Brown. Oh
182.
my gosh, dude, that catch
182.
over 3 defenders.
And he's not even the biggest guy out there.
Oh, dude, he's 5'11".
I'm
ridiculous.
honestly
He
just
plays bigger than anybody that's on the field.
I'm not surprised anymore. I'm just
Why is he not the first overall pick?
I don't
That's
know.
what I
Yeah.
thought. I was like, dude, why is everyone picking running backs first?
They're great, yeah. And then they talk about running backs always have the highest chance to get injured and let you down and be a bust.
Mm-hmm.
David Johnson. There it is. Antonio Brown.
Dude's phenomenal.
Ridiculous. No, he keeps doing his thing. Don't need to speak on him too much. He's a regular superstar. Mateus Bryant spoke on him. Le'Veon Bell. For all y'all who drafted him second, another letdown. Not injured, so he can come back and play again, but still a letdown. Cleveland Browns. Corey Coleman going to be the guy, number one receiver
He
there.
looked good.
5 for 6.
Should have put him
So
in. I should have put him
and
in.
score.
Deshaun Kaiser, though. They might have an actual quarterback now.
We'll see. He didn't do bad. He led them back. So back into it. So good for
It
him.
came to be a real close game, which I enjoyed that
We
one.
won at 18, wasn't it? Something like that.
18-21
Yep.
was the end of the score,
Yep.
but man, Browns actually have a really good offensive line, so they can keep Kaiser. So
You want to know what's sad? I'm looking at the stat right here. Isaiah Crowell led all running backs with 33 rushing yards.
On that
Wow.
whole team, that was more than Le'Veon Bell with his 3.0 yards. I'm so happy that happened though, because that is the reason why I beat you. If Le'Veon even had one more 10-yard catch, dude, he would have won. Dude, Le'Veon Bell, the only time you'll ever hear this, versus the Cleveland Browns, I thought he was going to get 35 points. I was like, without Myles
Honestly,
Garrett too? Myles Garrett was out?
honestly, I personally
It's
think
that rust.
I personally think it was a punishment. Punishment for him for not being there.
Oh, karma.
Yeah.
Karma got
preseason,
him.
and yeah.
It wasn't.
Well,
It's the
karma's
coach's
over.
decision.
Karma, go out the way. We're moving on.
Mhm.
All right.
Week 2 still gonna be dead for you.
I'll fight you.
Oh, they do. They play each other this week.
I'll fight you.
That is true, right?
Fight you in the face.
Okay. I don't play anybody that
Okay.
I know, so that's cool. So I can't get so.
Moving on.
Oh, do we really want
Moving
to talk about
on.
this?
Moving on.
All right.
Arizona, Detroit. Matt Stafford,
The fourth quarter king.
ultimate. It used to be Eli Manning, and he went downhill. And Matt Stafford gets paid and still balls out. The opposite of Joe Flacco.
Dude.
Gets paid and balls out. Joe Flacco got paid, downhill.
All right.
And I love the way he plays. He goes in there, he's still taking the chances, still running if he has to, putting his life on the line out there. Doesn't care.
Lions-
I watched an interview with him. He's like, I'm going to play the same no matter what.
The Lions can make it to the playoffs again. They can do
But
it.
if their defense can hold up in any fashion,
Yep.
that's
story.
perfect.
True story.
Once they get a running game actually established,
Yep.
if they can get 2 levels of play here between running and the passing attack,
Mm-hmm.
the NFC North is up for grabs between the Vikings, the Packers, and the Lions.
Dude, that's gonna be a dangerous division, bro.
That's a
That's the
dangerous
best
division.
division, I think.
No.
Packers have the weakest defense of all of them.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
For real.
Because Detroit's defense actually played pretty well come down the stretch.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Vikings clearly have the best defense.
absolutely they do.
They look.
Their defense is on
And
point.
they stopped one of the greatest passers.
We'll get to
In
that.
NFL
We'll get to
history.
that. We'll get to
They
that.
do.
Michael Thomas got. Oh gosh, I'm gonna shut up.
Guess what? Kenny Galladay. You all know
Kenny
who spoke about
Galladay,
that guy.
remember being talked about that?
2 touchdowns in the preseason. He was like, oh, now he's behind, TJ whatever on the depth chart. Doesn't matter. 2 touchdowns again.
That's a
Season opener.
Oh yeah, he'll get another touchdown this week.
More than Marvin
I think so.
Jones, right?
2-1, baby.
Marvin
Oh.
Jones had one, and I think Marvin
Golden
Jones
State
was
led
good.
that team with yards though, with 107 yards. So everybody's getting theirs. If Matt Stafford plays like this, everybody they get theirs with some
Fantasy
passion.
value everywhere.
PPR, Golden Tate, standard value for Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay. Like, hey, that team could be a Packers type offense if they play at a high level at all times.
Oh heck yeah! Oh yeah. Also, go ahead and pick up Matthew Stafford as a free agent because I bet you he's probably on your free agency list because he was on all 3 of my leagues, our leagues, and I scooped him up. I mean, I had Carson
problem.
Palmer, but
Yeah,
obviously you're
I
gonna
thought
trust
I
him.
thought about it after Kirk Cousins played like doo-doo, but
That's Kirk Cousins. You gotta give him another.
I'll give him another chance. It's fine. I'll
But he
figure
plays
it
the
out.
Rams next week. Who have a.
I'm actually not worried about that.
Janoris
Rams are very good.
Jenkins.
Rams are very good, and
Janoris Jenkins.
Donald's there,
Janoris Jenkins.
but they're gonna do short routes and they're gonna get the ball out of his hands faster.
Yeah.
But
So-
that's another thing to look for too, as an owner for Kirk Cousins, is if he does good against a Rams defense, which is really good, you would want to put him in for the rest of the season.
Oh, yeah.
So, go to the other side. David Johnson. Y'all are probably hurt.
That broke my
And you
heart.
can't even pick up anybody because between Curlin Williams, Chris Johnson, who they just signed, and then Andre Ellington, you don't want to play any of those guys because none were even close in comparison.
Unless you got lucky and snagged Tariq Cohen.
Yeah, Tariq Cohen. Oh, yeah, Chicago. Hey, great. But Curlin Williams was that dude. He got the touchdown last week, which is great, but what was it? 5 carries, 10 yards or something like that?
Herman Williams?
Yeah, wasn't it like something like that?
I think he had 1 carry for 10 yards.
Oh, he had 10 yards.
You had 10 yards. And so I'm going to give it a look right here. Sorry,
Let's find
y'all.
out.
Preparation.
No, we don't worry about
I
it.
know.
We got a second. But I don't trust anybody in RBBC. There's no clarity there, so
Yeah, running back by committees are, 5 carries, 10 yards, and a touchdown.
called it. Knew it. Gosh, that 2 yards of carry. Rock on!
But you also got to see David Johnson had 11 rushes for 23 yards. He had 2 yards of carry.
Rock on!
That means Detroit Lions run defense is legit. Maybe their entire defense is really legit. Or the Cardinals just look that bad. Because they did look terrible on offense.
Yeah, they did.
They are bad.
And I feel like it was better for David Johnson to hurt his wrist.
I
now.
feel terrible for Larry
As far
Fitzgerald.
as targets, Larry Fitzgerald was getting his
He
though.
should have went to the Vikings, bro. He had a chance. Go to your home team. But no.
Yep, he looked fine. Everybody else, Jaden Nelson got the touchdown. Whoop-de-doo. So it's an anomaly. So
John Brown's questionable again.
So Cassell's getting them.
Thanks for trying to trade him to me.
Nothing else going on there.
You're welcome. Appreciate your love.
Amir Abdullah looked terrible, by the way, guys.
Let's get this Jacksonville in, huh? Because I just picked up that defense.
Ooh,
Because
dirty.
it's not just its defense that I went for, it's the special teams part. If D.D. Westbrook can do damage,
D.D. Westbrook is fast as heck.
like Game On Bailey, baby.
Bailey?
All right then.
Don't judge me.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh my god.
Maybe you should get it because I don't get it either.
Oh my gosh. But their defense looked phenomenal. It was ridiculous. Calais Campbell, 4 sacks in 1 game.
Were they that good, or was it Tom Savage being complete trash?
No, they still did it even.
Well, they were less good when Watson came, but
They still were good.
they were already like, well, let's just put in the other people.
We're up 9-0 right
Yeah.
now, and then he throws a touchdown. We're like, oh, 29-7, that's fine. And then they get a pick. They
Oh,
still
yeah.
got another pick
Yeah.
when Watson came in.
True.
Nope, that defense is moving and swarming. Blake Bortles, 125 passing yards. Cut them low. Did throw a touchdown though.
That defense, Jacksonville's defense, just made Blake Bortles the non-quarterback about to talk to. Like we aren't really talking about him as much about how trash a quarterback he used to
Never
be.
forget also saying
But-
100 yards rushing.
And he had
That's my boy
a
right
decent
there.
amount of receiving yards. He was good. I knew he'd be
Good
good.
receptions out there, so.
Shoot, I
And
traded.
TJ Yeldon down gives him an opportunity to catch.
Yep.
But he's coming back now. TJ Yeldon was back in practice.
Oh, so that might take away from him. Not too much though, because he looked that good.
Now Texans side, Hopkins.
Ooh,
Got his
Hopkins
touchdown.
Got his touchdown. He looked good. He was getting open. Watson was throwing to him mainly.
Oh yeah.
And they just lost C.J. Fedorowicz, so they're gonna have
And their other tight
Blake
was
Griffin or Ryan Griffin. Blake Griffin. Ryan Griffin
Yeah.
also has a concussion too.
Yeah.
So their top 2 tight ends are both out. It's not gonna be fun.
No.
Not at all for them.
We'll see how that goes. And then we have one. Next game, Tampa. Oh, excuse me, that game is canceled. Moving on to this. I was looking at that. Didn't take that one out of there. That's on me.
Ooh, the Raiders.
The Raiders. This is where we're at.
I think this one was a fluke for.
Raiders and
no, I
Titans.
mean for Tennessee.
Okay. It
Their
was a fluke.
offense. Their offense. Not for you guys winning. You guys won fair and square, and you looked good. Oakland looked good.
So let's talk about how Derek Carr is too.
Derek Carr's balling, dude.
Because we were just talking about how Matthew Stafford got paid and came out balling. That's the same thing Derek Carr just did. He got paid and he's still balling. That is my boy right there. But my main boy, Amari Cooper. Oh my gosh.
He's the only reason why I almost came back and then the rest of your team just went off. And then you beat me.
But I do love my team up and down, straight up. Like Michael Crabtree is just balling.
He always gets catches and yards. Or a touchdown if he doesn't get catches and yards.
I mean, and then Beast Mode just doing what he's doing, man.
4 yards a carry, though. It wasn't the greatest.
He ranked 8 of
76 yards. He was the 9th, I think.
Overall?
8th for yards in the first week.
Yeah.
And the first week had 2 rookies top 2, but we'll get to that.
Already got to a couple.
Their defense actually looked pretty phenomenal too.
Oh yeah,
but that's where I say watch out, because that could be a fluke not for your defense. Your defense might be better, but I don't see Tennessee being that bad. Because last year they started just like that against the Vikings.
They did,
and then they started going off.
Which I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. Marcus Mariota. I mean, it is the first
week. Was a warm up for everybody.
Yeah, the first week is just. They're getting their feet wet more because now they're in the game the whole game, and I think what they've said on the radio, because I listen to a lot of the sports radios out here, but they say about after the 4th week, you can really kind of tell how your teams are going to be.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's hard to tell through the first few weeks.
3-1, 2-2, 1-3, 0-4, oh man, 0-4, we're going to be really crappy, and then going on bye week, and all of a sudden you're doing really good.
Oh,
so
I'm balling.
Really, I mean...
Early bye weeks are terrible, though. Those are the worst ones to get as a team.
Wish I had started Corey Davis.
I know, dude, he had 8.
I know, man.
6 for 69.
He had 12 points, or 13 points, basically.
Behind,
and he looked good. He was getting open.
Matthews, right?
He was catching everything. He does not look like his injury's hurting him. He does not look like he's hurt anymore.
Behind Rashard Matthews, right? Because Eric Decker was kind of
But he just couldn't get open.
He had team high 10 targets though.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 for 10. So that means there's room for improvement, yes, but it's a good show or a good early outing for him. So it means he's being looked at by Mariota, which is excellent.
Oh heck yeah! Why wouldn't you? He was a baller out of college.
He was
so. He was so nasty. I wanted him so bad. I think he's better than Mike Williams. People think Mike Williams is gonna be the better receiver. I think Corey Davis is.
Corey Davis. I know when Mike Williams gets healthy.
But a better thing. Hold on. One more thing. If you need a kicker, you guys, and if your kicker didn't go off, the Oakland Raiders rookie, who's replacing Sebastian Janikowski,
did well.
4 for 4 with a long of 52, 2 XPs, both made. He's a free agency. His name Tavecchio. I think that's what it is. Giorgio Tavecchio.
I'll give you a better kicker later. He just had an unfortunate event happen.
Oh, you talking about Blair Wallace?
No, not Blair Wallace. We'll talk about him.
I was like, don't talk about him.
We'll talk about the kicker later.
All right.
Let's go Washington.
This one was actually a really good game.
For me.
He blew it for me too.
But I would have to say this one was a really exciting game to watch, though. Carson Wentz went off.
Carson Wentz looked good. I told everybody it was going to be good. And Zach Ertz. What did I say? He's going to be the primary freaking receiver in that team.
Was it 9 receptions, 80-some yards or something like that?
Bro, 93 yards.
8 receptions, 93 yards.
Dude,
I have that full as my tight end.
I was mad because that's who I was going to go for. I had to pick Hunter Henry, who had a big old 0.
You're better than Gronkowski and Jimmy Graham combined.
And I was playing against him, bro.
Thank you, Ertz. Thank you. Thank you, Wentz.
Telling you that advice. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody needs to
I
hop
did
on the
say
Wentz
it, though.
wagon. Hop on the Wentz way.
Wentz is the truth. Jared Goff is not.
He's not bad. Jared Goff's progressing. He's just taking a little longer.
He needs. Yeah, he can be. He has the talent, but
He'll be fine. He's played way better. So
He did.
So we'll get to him in a little bit though.
But
But Wentz 307 touchdown, 1 touchdown, right?
to Aguilar, is it?
What are we talking about?
Yeah, Nelson Aguilar, then 1 2-point conversion as well.
Oh,
He
okay.
looked good.
To Alshon Jeffrey, so
Alshon.
who did not do a
He
lot.
did not.
And
do
Alshon Aguilar
anything.
definitely outshined him, but I gotta see the second production from him before,
First
believing
week,
Nelson.
kind of getting their feet wet. But
6 for 86 and a touchdown. Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. As we were just talking, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's gonna be good.
We
And
didn't-
one bad thing was Terrell Pryor, dude. He had 6 catches for 66 yards. And he didn't do as good as I thought.
PPR is good. It's good to see that he was getting the looks.
mhm.
But I have him
But that's Kirk Cousins' issue right now. You see what I'm saying? That's not Pryor's issue. Kirk Cousins looked like doo-doo.
He did.
So,
But, Terrell Pryor will probably sit there on practices and tell him, hey, throw it from this angle or, do
they'll
this.
figure it out.
Because
They're going to keep slinging. They're
he
not
was a
going to stop
quarterback.
slinging. Not going to stop slinging. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Moving down.
Yeah.
2. The Rams. Colts, Rams defense.
Mm.
Slaughtered Scott Colleen.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Hurt his feelings real bad.
Good.
He should have been benched.
Good.
Long time ago.
Very long time.
The offensive line should be benched.
The
Yeah.
offensive line.
Colts
should
offensive
never
line
play
is-
again.
Sorry, Joe Haig.
Hey, man.
Y'all got this.
I personally feel bad for Chuck McConnell. For all the crap that he's gone through and stuff like that, all these players are just not playing great for him.
And that was out without Aaron Donald too out there.
Yeah. That's scary.
With him out there now,
Cardinals
probably the second best defensive player playing.
and the Seahawks are going to have some trouble.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah. Definitely going to have some trouble with that.
46-9 as well.
We're
2 pick sixes.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
Rushing touchdown, Todd Gurley. Terrible yard
Oh,
per carry.
he's terrible.
Terrible. But
Does not-
if Jared Goff becomes better and starts throwing more, and throwing to Cooper Kupp, by the way, who y'all should look for,
Exactly.
76 yards and a touch. So,
I picked
remember
him
that.
up. Don't worry, he's already picked up.
I
bro.
got him in the league.
You talking about me and him got him
Yeah.
in both our leagues.
Yeah, you're just a little late there.
What do you think is going on,
That's
Brad?
right. I got good.
Especially PPR for Cup. So,
Sorry, ladies.
but nah, they will be better. I think the defense will help instill confidence in the offense, and then they can go up from there because it's less pressure for them. So, in Indianapolis, T.Y. Hilton, I mean, you can leave him out there with Brissett coming to start this week instead of Tolzien. So maybe it could be better, but
I feel kind of bad for Andrew Luck
Mhm.
because he's already hurt. So when he comes back, He might get hurt again.
Yeah.
Right.
He's gonna get smacked.
so for a guy that's actually
offensive
Really
line is
good.
still struggling.
yeah. So. Oh, this game.
Oh,
the
dude, that
officiating.
game was so boring. It was okay. That
Officiating
was
terrible.
messed up, dude. The Seahawks got screwed over terribly on multiple plays in that Packers game.
How do you call legal block in the back when
He
it's on the
touched him,
shoulder?
and Devontae Adams is the one who grabbed freaking Jeremy
Yeah.
Lane by the face, yanked him. Jeremy Lane just so happened to be the bigger, stronger man and manned him and pushed him to the ground and was like, nah, man, I ain't letting you push me around. And then they throw him out, negate the pick six that would have made it freaking, they would have had 4 more points, so that would have been 17 to 13. And they also had to kick a field goal on a play, and it was when they bombed it to Jimmy Graham. He was in the end zone, 2 people on him. They yank him down, and he's sitting there like that. And the ball's like barely like 2 feet above him. And they said it's not catchable. That was catchable. It's Jimmy Graham.
Mm-hmm.
It was some baloney.
Yep.
The officiating is terrible, especially in Green Bay.
Weak game,
Always.
17-10. Jordan Nelson got his though, so 7 for 79 or 6 for 70. 7 for 79 in the touchdown. Excuse me.
Ty Montgomery also got his. He didn't
Right.
have many.
Randall Cobb showed back up. You have like
He did.
6 or 7 for 80 something.
Then against a 4th-string corner though, so don't get too happy, you guys.
It's all right.
He did look good though. I'm not going to discredit him because it's an
So that's
NFL
work his way
defense.
through the safeties.
It's an NFL defense right there, so you can't discredit that.
Ty Montgomery.
Ty Montgomery did not look great running, but he can pass catch, and
Yeah.
that's what makes him dangerous in
Yep.
PPR. He's always going to be an asset in PPR.
Alright.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, he looked terrible, dude. But he had nobody open.
No. We'll see what happens next game.
Maybe Green Bay's defense is better than we think.
Maybe.
I don't know, but dude, literally, he's never beaten the Packers in Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean,
He's lost.
that's good
by
for
10.
Arizona fans. That's good for Rams fans.
It's terrible
you know?
for Vikings fans and
Yeah.
freaking Lions fans, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this next game is terrible. It was so terrible and boring. I couldn't watch it. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
The 49ers and the Panthers.
Cam Newton looked rusty.
Cam
Missing
Newton
throws.
looked rusty. Kelvin Benjamin looked rusty. Jonathan Stewart looked good.
Christian McCaffrey fumble.
Jonathan Stewart was my highest scoring running back, and I had
First
to
receiving touchdown, or excuse me, second receiving touchdown ever. First in like forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's been years.
It's crazy. And I had him on my bench. On one of my
That's
leagues.
okay. You don't expect a receiving touchdown from him.
Yeah, dude, that's why I got him in standard and not PPR. I was like, if he's gonna do anything, he's gonna be in standard. But he did pretty decent for PPR.
Pierre Garcon got his though, 6 for 80.
Oh, he's gonna get targets all year.
Yeah, but Brian Hoyer.
I bet. I
Looks
guarantee you,
terrible.
he gets at least 14 points a game in PPR. Pierre Garcon.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the targets, he's in a Kyle Shanahan offense.
Brian Hoyer led both quarterbacks with 193 passing yards. That's bad.
Wait, he beat out Cam Newton? Oh my.
Wait. Oh man.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
Went off.
I am
again.
shocked.
Cam Newton will bounce back. Give him time.
He will.
but
He just
it's-
needed to get hit.
He needed to take some rest off.
Something.
So, the late night game.
Mm.
Oh.
Dallas,
was
New York.
so boring. This was I feel like it was the most boring game. Like mainly because New York.
Let's start with New York. Get them out of the way quick. Because
Oh.
oh my gosh, we're
Drop every running back you have for them. Don't accept a trade for any.
Until
running back.
Odell comes back, don't trust anybody in the receiving corps.
Yeah, don't trust anyone unless it's Sterling Shepard. He actually looked decent, but
Mhm.
he did not look great.
Eli was.
Brandon Marshall obviously fell into the depth chart. I personally will take it to myself. I get vouched for him, and I'm a little salty because I started him.
So did I. One of my leagues.
No. Now, let's move to the Dallas side. Zeke Elliott, basically Zeke, 104 rushing yards. Doing his thing, come back. No
Paced.
different. Just
Paced a
angrier.
little bit, yeah.
Yep, Dak 268 for passing. Had a touchdown, right? Single one to Jason Witten.
Jason Witten, exactly.
Witten looked good, bro. I don't know why people sleep
Yeah,
on him.
we're doing him.
I got him in that league.
Des Bryant though, kind of let down.
Yeah, dude. But every time versus Janoris Jenkins, he's never had a good game. Like in the last 2 years, they literally did a statistic, and he had a better game this time than he has, and he still had a terrible game. He got targeted 9 times, but Dak Prescott could not hit him. He roasted him a few times, and he missed him.
Opportunities are there.
Ooh, this next game is the greatest game that you could ever think of. Let's go. So many fantasy fucking lipping explosions.
This one I did not see as fancy impact. There's only on one side, but there is a
Seriously.
fantasy
Oh,
impact.
skull.
Let's get rid of the let's get rid of the non-Vikings ones first, which is the Saints.
Let's go with the Saints. The only good thing, Kobe Fleener. He's the only one, and he had a game, dude. What are you talking about?
Doesn't mean he's good.
Well,
They're
Ted
good
Ginn.
at covering tight ends, so he must
You're middle of the pack at covering tight end.
We're actually really good at tight
That
end.
color, I like the stat. You're in the middle of the pack.
Maybe last year when we had Chad Greenway, who was old as bones, and
Middle of
his
the
knees.
pack.
No.
But
You done,
But
ladies?
that being said, no, I'm just saying that you can only go by last year's stats right now because there's not enough stats this year.
Bro, there's been so many stats this year. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Trolling.
So, but obviously you guys are not that good if you let Jimmy Herron let Corey Fleeter get past you.
Bro, we have stopped every tight end last year. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're talking about. Toby Fleener is not a bad tight end at all.
Bad tight end.
That's okay. When he goes off.
If he goes off next week, maybe I'll come see
Because
my
Mike
point.
Evans can't, and Mike Evans, because Michael Thomas doesn't know how to get open.
He didn't know to open that.
Just kidding. He had Xavier Rhodes on him, bro. I
He did
can't
not
fault
know
him
that.
for that. And then even when Trey Waynes was on him, though, Trey Waynes was roasting him, and then Trey Waynes got
It was
roasted.
your first round draft pick, so.
Yeah, but he's such a I don't know. He's like either balling or terrible in a game. He's not in between. He's not. Oh, he looked decent, you know. He's like, oh my god, dude, he just picked that off. He jumped that route. Oh my god, he got that tackle. Or oh my god, he got roasted again. Where's your 4.3 speed at? But anyway, New Orleans is terrible.
AP
New
was terrible.
AP sucks.
I think their three running backs system threw them off their game because none of them got any moves or got any motion because none of them could be on the field long enough to get any momentum going.
Exactly.
What a stupid offensive scheme by Sean Payton.
Oh, it was terrible, but they were panicking because Sam Bradford looked so good. They were like, oh my god, what do? We have to change our game plan because we didn't think that the Vikings had an offense.
346 passing yards from Sam Bradford.
3 touchdowns, 0 picks. My favorite was Stephon Diggs, y'all. Those Moss-like catches, man, on the perfect night. Representing Randy Moss, putting him into our Vikings Hall of Fame. And he will be in the NFL Hall of Fame this year, I guarantee it. They'd be dumb if not. But Stephon Diggs looked phenomenal. He was making catches in traffic. He made a spectacular catch and got lit up, helmet to helmet.
Oh yeah.
And he
Yeah,
got
that
up
was-
like nothing
that was
happened. He was like, what up? First down, boy. Hot up. And then that touchdown catch, the second one, where he was like in the corner basically on the side of the end zone, catches it, 2 hands, barely has his other hand on it, but he snags it in his left hand, doesn't even let it move. It gets hit, and he's just like, what up? Touchdown. Toe tapping. He looked phenomenal. Adam Thielen got open all night, had
Really did.
157 yards
Pretty good.
on 8 catches.
Yeah.
He looked good. He looked beautiful. Like, oh my gosh. I was like, let's go. Throw a touchdown in that? Oh, God. That kid's a PPR dynamite. Like, watch out, y'all. The Vikings defense. I'm sorry I'm taking all
okay,
this.
you can do that. You can take it.
Oh, I know. I know who you're trying to take. Dalvin Cook, well, you know, you can have that, but I think that he's the truth. All right, you talk about the defense. I'm going to talk about Dalvin Cook because he stole a record away from the man that was on the team right next to him. He stole that first.
Griffin looks good.
Oh.
Everson Griffin.
Oh, dude, this is a baller!
Except for the play where he was clearly outside. He ran right
He was
up.
barely offside.
He
He
was
jumped
offside.
that pretty nice,
He
though.
was outside.
He jumped it pretty. I mean, his helmet.
He was in the neutral zone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
He's in the neutral
if he
zone
was
by
like
the time
back
he
by
hiked
like
it.
a foot, like
Yeah,
he jumped it perfect.
He wasn't
was
fully
just
outside. He
close.
was in the neutral zone. That's what I
Right.
saw. So
He was already in. He was already like basically his helmet was offsides, and then
Yeah.
he hiked it and he jumped it perfect. But the thing was, he was offside, like in the neutral
He
zone
was in the
before
neutral
the
zone.
snap.
Before the
So
snap.
it was like I was like, oh, he roasted him! That's so stoked.
But at the end of the day, the defense is top 5 for sure. Top 3 probably. So.
I think they actually surprised the whole NFL and fans
Yeah, dude.
because we watched them in the preseason.
Not the
and
defense though.
Not the defense. Defense isn't a surprise. Defense was good last year.
They
The only
looked-
reason they fell off last year.
They didn't do very well against
The 49ers
49ers.
in the preseason though,
Yeah.
without our starter, some of our starters, but either way, we still should have done better in that game. But we looked
They came
phenomenal,
out strong
dude.
against a high power
We were
offense.
gang tackling. That's what it was. We
Yeah.
didn't have one person try to tackle.
Yeah.
When someone had the ball, everyone went to him.
Yeah.
Instead of 2 people, there was 4 people tackling
That's how
somebody.
football should be played.
And that's exactly what Mike Zimmer preaches. But a better thing, Dalvin Cook, the rookie, 127 rushing yards. He didn't look phenomenal in the pass game. I mean, it
Didn't have the
pass
opportunity.
blocking. He looked great. He was getting every freaking coverage that was coming at him. He was smacking them. Sam Bradford on the play where he dropped that dime. He was about to get hit, and then Dalvin Cook saw Mike Remmers mess up, and Dalvin Cook ran up to the dude, smacked him, stopped him for like 2 yards before he could hit Sam Bradford. If it would have been a different case, Sam Bradford would have got smashed. And that's exactly what Adrian Peterson
Cook
was.
looked good.
But he broke Adrian Peterson's record for most rushing yards in the first game as a rookie. And Adrian Peterson had a lot.
107.
Yep.
Got broken. 127.
So if you do 20 yards more as a rookie to beat the old guy that took over that offense,
1,400 yards this year. I see it.
I was just gonna say, dude is just gonna go off for the rest of his year.
Mm-hmm.
2,000 yards in 2 years. I'm just kidding.
It's possible.
Next
No,
year he
it's
rushes
absolutely
2,100 yards. I'd cry.
It could be possible.
Him or Kareem
Grand.
Hunt.
Not so grand finale though.
Ugh.
I don't like this one at all because the announcer sucks.
Oh, the announcers were
And-
so terrible.
I don't like any of these teams at all.
Chargers, Broncos.
Oh.
Chargers should have, or not should have, but should have had a chance to get there. But that icing actually worked.
Their offensive line didn't do anything.
Chargers just let them go through.
Yeah.
And let them buy it. But we'll start with the Chargers. Phillip Rivers,
He came back.
192 passing yards with 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Those touchdowns can make a break.
Exactly. If you have 6 point scoring for touchdown for him, it was 25 fantasy points.
Mhm.
So
24 to, it was 20, was it 21 to 7 at one point? And they came back, and then Denver scored that field goal. So they were up by 3, and I was like,
Yeah.
what? Like,
Could have been
I
up
did
by
not know that was going to
They
happen.
could have been up by 6, but McManus missed a 50-yarder.
yeah, 40 wasn't it?
It was 49.
Yeah.
But
I had him in the league. I looked at it.
lost me points. I was like, oh, I was
Just
like,
one.
yes. I know, since it's a longer field goal.
You still would have lost against me.
Oh, yeah. Your team
Ah!
outperformed the ranking, dude.
Yeah.
Your
But-
team outperformed what they said.
Keenan Allen is a big thing.
He
Looked
is.
good,
He looked
healthy.
good. I got him, baby.
Tyrell Williams,
He
6
looked
for
good.
71.
Travis Benjamin looked good.
Travis Benjamin. Receiving
Finally
core is
good.
there. Melvin Gordon was a plotter, but he got his touchdown, got his receptions,
You know,
so he did his thing, which is fine. Not a great yards per carry, but didn't have a great one last year. So, but he gets to work.
Yeah,
Right.
The work rule is ridiculous, and they keep giving it to him. So
right?
that's perfect.
He
Denver
succeeds.
side. What's that? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying he succeeds.
Yep, exactly. Denver side. Trevor Simeon's obviously the guy still. That's going to be 219 passing yards. Fine.
Terrible quarterback.
Will you have 1 touchdown or 2?
2 touchdowns,
Two
both
touchdowns.
to Benny Fowler.
Yeah, there you go.
Nobody that
Even
you have on
Matt.
your league.
And I wouldn't recommend picking him up unless next
No,
week.
that's an anomaly among anomalies.
Right.
And maybe if you see it next week, you can start thinking about it. But
Yeah.
But seriously.
But
yeah,
Trevor Siemian.
no. CJ Anderson looked good though.
CJ did look good.
You know, Jamal Charles
I'm happy
fumbled,
about
so
that, because I accepted that trade right before the game,
Yeah.
and I was like, I shouldn't have done that until after.
yep. But yeah, I think it created space to Marius Thomas. We need to get him in the short yards.
Nope.
Put him in the screens. Sanders should have had a touchdown.
Sanders should have been. Oh my gosh!
Should have just extended out better.
I was like, bro, how hard is it to just reach?
Just reel it in, man. Reel it in.
That's what
Yeah.
fantasy football is all about,
It
though.
is. I think that covers all the teams, though.
That does. It's gonna be a more exciting week this week
Oh,
because
me
teams
too.
are gonna be more amped.
Mm-hmm.
Teams are gonna be ready, and everyone else is gonna be more amped and ready.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure y'all study your waiver wire all day. Study that waiver wire. Study everything that you see. The injury reports, all that. The matchups. Our matchups are going to be hard to tell for the first couple of weeks because it's the first week. Last week was the first week. How do you know if that team's going to be the 31st best
Yep.
in the running game just because they played somebody like Bilal
Right.
Powell?
So when you see all the red on there, don't get freaked out by it. It's one game.
Right.
You know, and you're talking relative to what? You know, yeah. So if the, 20th person has let up only 98 yards and the other person lit up is in red, and they're back at like 22, and they lit up 107 yards. It's 9 yards. Like,
Right.
come on. Like it's, but now all of a sudden you're scared because you see the number 22nd defense lit up. The 22nd, they're not lit up anything. Like,
Yeah.
no. 7 different than the person that was doing it before. Stop.
Exactly.
So, pay attention to those little details before you freak out about those defenses.
Yeah.
So, sweet. Can't wait. We'll bring you guys the
Oh,
week 2 preview coming up.
yeah. Unless we
Next
wanna just talk about the game that's tomorrow.
Yeah, let's hold that for another episode.
Well, we can talk. We'll take that for another episode.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes.
Don't want to run
Beautiful.
too much time on y'all.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for staying with us. This has been an episode of Average Joe's Fantasy
We
Sports
missed
Podcast. We did miss you, and now we out.